Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. I am coming to you today from the ShenArts Co-op on the Old Town Walking Mall, and I cannot even express how colorful and beautiful and different it looks from the last time that I was here. Kelly McDermott is sitting here with me. She is president of the ShenArts Arts Council Board, or is it the ShenArts Co-op? Because
it's actually
explain,
both.
Yes, so explain a little bit
Sure.
about how the two organizations are one organization, really.
Okay, I'd be happy to. I'm the president of the ShenArts Council, and we've had several homes in Winchester and have couple decades of being in Winchester. We have been hearing from our artist members for a long time, I wish we had a co-op. Why don't we have an artist co-op? So this space on the Walking Mall became available in November of 24, and we decided that we would take a leap of faith and lease the space and then build it out for a gallery. At first, we thought the entire space would be an artist co-op. However, as we began to build it out, what we realized was it was a wonderful space as well for our council members, our ShenArts council members, to be able to exhibit their work in rotating exhibits. So now it's both. It serves both organizations.
I love the layout. I did the show with Lisa Fisher several months ago. I think it was probably in November or December of last year. You had just gotten the keys, and she then was so excited about what it was going to be. And now to see it with art on the walls, with all of the mixed media, all of the things that are here, you've got to be so proud.
I was telling someone the other day that I think as you look back, everybody looks back in their lifetime, there are things that they are very proud of having accomplished. And I would say that this is one of my top 5. It was a group effort, and everyone on the board and our members all contributed, the co-op members. And so we pulled this together, and people didn't even know there was an upstairs to this building in the beginning, because there was a wall, there was drop ceilings, and Jill Donnelly, who is the treasurer of ShenArts Council, she really had a vision and helped us see it, and we knocked down walls, we moved the air conditioning unit like 3 feet to the left or something, and when it was done, it was what you see today, which is really an amazing space.
It's also interesting because you can't hang art just anywhere.
Yeah.
So you have an entire hanging system. Those are not easy to install and make sure that they work for all the variety of sizes and mediums of art that you have here. So that was quite an accomplishment.
It was. We were fortunate that the ShenArts Council did have the hanging system already. Before I even moved to Winchester, the council was in a standalone building, and the hanging system was there. Then they sold that building, and we've just had it in storage. We did have to expand it substantially, but when you come in here, first of all, the building itself has the original tin roof, which we painted silver. It was an oil, and I walked around with silver under my fingernails and in my hair for a couple of weeks. Several of us did, but it was worth it. And so the art is displayed beautifully, I think, and really showcased against the walls and the silver ceiling.
And all of the art that's on the wall that we're looking at now, we're going to talk about the actual gallery show that you have that's behind me. All of the art that's hanging here are from ShenArts Council members?
Yes, because the co-op members are also council members. But when you walk through the front door, both the windows as well as the left side, which goes back 50 feet, that is our co-op. And so we represent about 22 artists in the co-op. And they take turns working shifts here and contributing through committees to keeping the place in operation. We rotate their art on a regular basis. You have to be juried into the membership through our jurying committee. Then when you walk in on the right side of the space, that's the rotating exhibits. And ShenArts Council has always had exhibits throughout the year that our artist members could apply for. We've stepped up the number of exhibits that we're doing during the year so that our artist members have more opportunity to showcase their work and gain the experience, and of course sell their artwork as well. Just about everything in the gallery is for sale.
And I mentioned earlier how diverse the art is. It's not all a painting hanging on the wall that I think sometimes people think of when they think of an art gallery. You have glass, there's wood, there's, you in particular are an artist and do something with fabric?
It's actually painted textile work. So I paint acrylic paintings, but then I stitch the paintings so that they're like quilted work, but it's all acrylic painting.
I could not even tell. I thought it was literally fabric.
Oh no, it's acrylic paintings that have been painted. There is some strips of fabric attached to it in a mixed media format, but it's primarily acrylic paintings that have been stitched.
That is so
Thank
cool.
You. Yeah. So with our co-op members as well as our council members, we've got some very talented woodworkers here, as you can see. We've got wood turners. You mentioned glass artists. We've got a couple of pottery artists, and we're always looking for more what you would call that 3D art. The 2D art is what's hanging on the wall, and we encourage all types of art here in the gallery.
How would someone, if they're listening right now and they're like, I did not even know this was a potential outlet for my medium, how would they get in touch with you? Is it as simple as a form on a website or calling you or coming in?
Yeah, my email address is kelly@shenarts.org. You can always email me. You can go to the gallery's website, which is shenartsgallery.com, and it has a lot of information there. It showcases all of our artists, and you can learn more if you're interested in applying to join the co-op. You can also apply there as well.
And then separate from the co-op, you also, the Arts Council itself, you have shows all over the place. Like you do a member show at the Barns of Rose Hill.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite ones every year.
Yeah.
You've had art hanging on the wall at the MSV. You do the Artscape banners that I'm sure everyone has seen that are hanging all around downtown Winchester. There are a lot of things that you do through the council.
We also have the ShenArts Fine Art Festival that's coming up on Saturday, September 6th. It'll be on the Walking Mall. We'll also have performing artists as well as the artist tent set up. It's a great way to gain a knowledge of new artists in the area. The mission for ShenArts Council has always been to bring art to the people and people to the arts. And so we do expand outside of just the gallery to do all of the things that you mentioned. The other thing that we're doing is we're starting up a series of classes here at the gallery. As we built the gallery out, we realized that although it is a little narrow, it is very long, and it allows us to set tables up for classes, and we could accommodate up to 20 or 30 students at a time, depending on the type of class. Our first class was an encaustic class that's coming up, and that's sold out in 2 days.
No doubt.
We just announced today alcohol inks.
Yes, they're beautiful.
Yes. Heather Williams is the artist who does the alcohol inks here, and she's amazing. And she'll be teaching the class, and we're limited not so much by how many people we can seat, but how many students the artist believes that they can manage.
Because they want to be able to individually get to each person so that they all learn what they need to learn.
Exactly. So this class will have 10 slots, and I'm sure it will go fast. But our goal is to start offering classes on a very consistent basis with all sorts of mediums as well. So I'm talking to community college about offering figure drawing here for their student. We're talking about drawing classes, watercolor, acrylic classes, just really an entire gamut of classes. What we're also going to be putting together, now that we've got the space, are meetups where artist members, and it'll be open to the public as well, public artists, where we're going to have sort of salon-style gatherings, and that will be more around the business of art. So for artists who are looking to formalize their artistic businesses, what are curators looking for? What are art collectors, serious art collectors looking for? How do you market yourself appropriately? And so we're going to bring in a series of speakers that will help the artists with their business plans and to market their art and enter the next level of being an artist.
And I think that is so incredibly valuable because for years, artists have heard, oh, that's not a real job, or you can't really make any money doing that. The phrase starving artist immediately comes to mind. But having the ability to have them in a room and say, this is what you do, and this is why you do it, and this is how you do it, is going to completely turn that on its head so that they're all going to be successful.
Yeah, and we've historically had kids art programs as well, right? We support Teen Arts Club, which is at the museum, and then the Kids Art Club, which we were having at Bowman Library. We also have a limit of just time and ability. So we had to put that on hold through the summer as we opened the gallery and figured out systems here and such. However, in the fall, we are going to be promoting and supporting a kids art club as well again. I think it's really important for the kids to also have opportunities to learn and express themselves in art, but then also for those that do want to pursue an artistic career of any type, to encourage them by giving them opportunities to submit for exhibits. What does that look like? How do you get juried in? What is it like to show your work in a gallery and then sell your work? So we'll be bringing that back in the fall.
Pricing your work is
that's a big
incredibly
thing. Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
I think too many artists do not price their art at a high enough price.
Yeah.
There are a few out there that maybe go a little too far to the outside.
Yeah, I've seen some.
But there are so many pieces that I see on a regular basis when I'm out and about. I'm like, that's all that they're charging for that? And you think they had to have put so many hours into that. Not even so much the actual paint and the framing and the matting. All of that is secondary to how long did it actually take them to conceive of and then create this masterpiece, and they only want $150 for it? That seems crazy.
You have to find a balance between how much time you put into a piece, because sometimes you've put in a lot of hours, so many that you're not going to recoup that investment. Whereas then, to your point, you're undervaluing your work. And so there's different methods of doing it, but whatever it is that you want to do, you want to figure out a way to make it consistent, so that depending on the size of the piece, for example, you've got a formula in your head that you know you can follow, so there's a consistency in your pricing.
Let's take a break. When we come back, can we talk a little more about ShenArts Festival, get some details for all of that? Okay.
Love to.
We're going to do all of that when we come back. We are sitting today at the ShenArts Co-op. Kelly McDermott is joining me. She is president of the ShenArts Council Board. We're going to come back and get details for the ShenArts Festival happening in September in just a couple of minutes. Hello, nonprofits. Have a project that's been sitting on the back burner? United Way NSV's Day of Caring returns on September 19th, and your nonprofit can be a part of it. This is the region's largest single-day volunteer event with over 900 volunteers ready to help. Whether it's painting, landscaping, organizing, or repairs, Day of Caring gives your organization hands-on support and saves thousands in maintenance costs. It's simple. Submit your project, let United Way match you with a team, focus more of your budget on what matters most, your mission. Learn more at unitedwaynsv.org/Day of Caring or reach out to dayofcaring@unitedwaynsv.org. Let us send helping hands your way. Welcome back to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. We are recording today at the ShenArts Co-op. It is on the Old Town Walking Mall in downtown Winchester. I'm sitting here with Kelly McDermott. She is the board chair for Shenandoah Arts Council. And Kelly, we were talking in the first segment about what people can expect to see when they walk in the door. And through early September, the exhibit that's on the right-hand side is called Cherry Red.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Red is such a vibrant and passionate color, and it can be interpreted so many different ways. With August being a very hot month, typically, we just thought that this would be a great theme for August. And as you can tell, certainly every piece of work that you see here has red, a component in it of red. We definitely wanted that. But the different ways the artists have interpreted that and presented it, I think really just showcases all the different ways that you can take any type of theme. This will be up through early September, and then the next one is called Untitled, which I think is going to be really interesting to see what sort of art comes with that. It's what doesn't really fit in any other category, right? You can submit. But for Cherry Red, I hope people will come in. We've got an amazing selection. It really showcases the talent that we have at the ShenArts Council and the artists in the Shenandoah Valley. So by all means, I hope you can check it out.
Typically when you have a gallery showing, it's all one artist. So if you come in and it's just not to your taste, you've eliminated everything on that wall. Yeah. But by having so many different featured artists come together in a theme, I think really does open it up for anybody's taste, because none of these things look similar. Sometimes with an artist, you see a common thread going through a lot of their work. That's not what you're going to find here, other than that red color.
Yep, we've got every type of medium, I think, represented here, from alcohol inks to oil to mixed media to acrylic. We have a poem that we've displayed as well. I think there's something here for everyone.
And that's what I appreciate too about the ShenArts Festival, because it's not walking downtown on the mall and seeing painting after painting after painting after painting. It is all sorts of things from all different types of artists.
Yes, we're going to have jewelry, we're going to have pottery, sculpture, photography, mixed media, woodworking, and then of course oil painting, acrylic painting as well. So I think that there will be something for everyone. The timing is nice. We're starting to talk about Christmas shopping. The price points will be also something there for everybody. This is our third annual festival, so it doesn't just stop at the artists and the art tents. We've also got performing. We've got the performing artists. Eve Stanley, one of our board members, has done an incredible job of creating an entire series of events, from dancers to solo acoustic musicians to a rock ensemble, folk music, musical theater, and then of course the dancers. She runs her own dance troupe as well. They'll be performing. So throughout the day, there's going to be something for everyone.
The first year you did this, didn't she put together the flash mob?
Yes, she did. Yes.
She actually has done the show talking about that they had painted leotards on and they were
yes. Yes. Honestly, the logistics of putting that together and making it work, I was filled with admiration. Let's just put it that way.
Now, the first year that you held the festival, it was up and down the mall. You literally walked and saw people set up everywhere. And then last year, you made it a little bit easier for me to walk around and see because you had pockets of it. How is the setup going to be this year?
It's going to be on the walking mall. Again, this year primarily where the museum is, that central area. And then also we'll have the performers at the Taylor Pavilion. So again, it'll be more centralized, so you can easily get to everything.
And there's no cost. It's a free festival.
Oh yeah, it's a free festival, absolutely.
Everybody is selling everything that they have. I can't even remember all of the things that I got last year. I think I got some blown glass. I got something that was knitted. I got a painting. Art is the perfect gift. I feel like for anybody, particularly people that are a little more difficult to buy for.
That's true. And we also offer gift certificates. And so if you're just not sure what they would like, you can come in and buy a gift certificate from us.
It's going to be a whole lot easier for you at the festival this year too, because now you do have the space.
Yes, we're excited about that. And we're hoping it'll bring even more visitors into our space so they can see what we have to offer here.
If someone is listening today and they want a booth, is it too late for them to be able to do that for the festival?
Yeah, it's too late to apply to this year's festival. We're in the process now of sending communications out to the artists, but we'll be back again next year, absolutely. But come and check out this year, what they call Walk the Show, just so you can get a sense for what it's like, and stop in the gallery and talk to us. We'd love to talk to you about maybe applying to be a member of the co-op, applying for the shows that we're having through the council. There's a lot of other opportunities there.
And people can do either or. They can do both. They can be a member of the Artist Co-op, but they can also be a member of ShenArts Council and say, hey, look, I just want to submit something for the show at Barnes of Rose Hill. I don't want to be part of the rotation at the co-op. There's a lot of flexibility there.
There is. You don't even have to be, with the exception of Rooted, which is our members only show, any of the other calls for art that we have, you don't have to be a member of ShenArts Council in order to apply and submit your work. It's a slightly higher fee to do that, but you don't have to be a member. We hope that the experience will be positive enough that you'll want to join and get involved in not just submitting for our exhibits, but also attending the classes that we're going to be offering, the meetups, and just hanging out with us.
The opportunities of being able, for example, you have large pieces hanging at the airport.
Yes.
A random regular artist that maybe has some large pieces necessarily wouldn't have gotten that phone call from Nick saying, hey, I've got these walls at the airport that I need to be filled. They call you. So being affiliated with the Arts Council gets you maybe a few more opportunities you wouldn't otherwise get.
It does. And we've had conversations with two other, it's not finalized yet, so I'm not going to mention who they are, but actually 3 other spaces in Winchester where they've come to us and said, we'd like to hang your artist art in our space, and happy to sell it as well. So it expands the opportunity for us to get our artist members exposure into the broader community.
I talk to Brady Cloven every month. He and I do a show, Friends of Old Town, last Friday of every month.
Great organization.
And we've been talking a lot about the arts, how he's bringing the arts more to the front and center downtown. We had the parking spaces painted on Piccadilly, a lot of the buildings, the mural on the Paladin, the mural that they're about to start down further on the south end of the mall. He has talked a lot about making Old Town be more of an artist destination and a place where people can come to see art. That's got to be really cool for you now that you're here as well.
Yeah, and we are also very supportive and involved in Friends of Old Town, and I think what they're doing is amazing. We are very excited that we get to be part of it. I think Winchester was listed as one of the top 25 places to, I think, retire in Forbes magazine. We're getting a lot of attention from across the United States.
USA Today made us like one of the top 10 small towns or main streets.
Exactly. And so all what that does is it just brings more attention to Old Town, and I think that we're at the cusp of doing some very exciting things in Winchester for artists.
We're really lucky too, I think, to have Shenandoah University.
Oh yeah.
To have the conservatory, to have the theater here, to have people like Eve who have performing arts. Last month I talked with the Typewriter Studio. They're also doing classes. They've opened now and
Jill,
have their
amazing.
gallery. Jill is phenomenal.
I took a class over there.
Really?
Yeah, she just, one of the classes was a
clay
collage.
Class?
It was a collage class, and it was so much fun. And as soon as she opened, I was over there just introducing myself. How can we collaborate? How can we help each other out? There's power in joining forces.
I think all of these pieces have always been here, and I love that now you have this home base to maybe be that place where everybody stops here first to figure out what else is available and how can I connect to all the things. So I think you being downtown on the Walking Mall is going to be a great connector for all of the other art that happens in our town.
Yeah, I think it's really going to put us on the map. I can't tell you how many people have come by and said, oh, I didn't even know there was a ShenArts Council here. And now they know.
You've had some tucked away offices, so this is a good change.
Yeah, it is.
So where can people get more information? If they want to learn more about ShenArts Fest, if they want to see when other shows and things like that are?
ShenArts.org is the council website. You can go there. You can find out about all the calls for art that we're doing, the festival. You can join as a member. It's like $35 a year, $45 a year. I think it's a really good deal. And then the co-op is ShenArtsGallery.com. There you'll see all of the members of the co-op, see when we're having events there. We have a rotating artist of the month that we showcase in the upstairs gallery. And then if anyone's got questions or wants further guidance, I'm Kelly at ShenArts.org and happy to help you out.
And it's important to note that you can become a member of ShenArts Council and not be an artist in any way, shape, or form, other than a lover of art.
Oh, we have a lot of art enthusiasts and collectors that are members, and they come to our events. They support us through buying the art, attending the classes. Yeah, you don't have to be an artist to be a member at all.
Thank you for taking the time today.
My pleasure.
It's kind of cool to be here all by ourselves.
An exclusive tour just for you.
But I appreciate you taking the time to meet up with me today.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting us.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.